see everything. I was going to turn my AI on today because, well, up until it's a bit dark in it. I think that's all right. I'm just going to post my podcast. If anyone who's struggling with the fat loss journey and is sick of stopping and starting, you can't just hear a message once. You need to listen to it said in lots of different ways. They just like my own live. Likes today. Oops. It's not just on Spotify, by the way, it's on everywhere else too. So, I slept amazing last night. Let's see what my QR ring says. I woke up naturally at 4:30. It's like I'm training myself to get up at this time. So that was nice. It says I slept excellent, 8 hours, 24 minutes. Fell asleep at 8:30. Woke up at 5:10. It wasn't 5:10, it was 4:30, so 8 hours. But more importantly, I feel well rested. Okay, so kids are asleep. So long way they stay like that. I'm going to try and beat the reps that I did last week. Just put my amazing latte down with my organic milk. Right. So we're upping it a notch this time. So the glute bridges are normally done with 14 kilograms. We're setting the reps for the pulses today with 17.5. Then we go into body weight resistance band pistol squats. Last times I've been getting 7 reps. Might not be able to PB on those this week purely because I'm going heavy with the glute bridges. So we'll see. So can you guys see enough of the screen? I think so. Good morning. So make sure you've done a little bit of a warm up before you begin. So I'm setting the reps today. Don't often get the 17.5 out. 2, 3. So pulsing 4, 5. This is why I was unsure if I should put my AI on or not. Turn that off. 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 19, 20, 22, 24, 25. Leaving some reps in reserve there. 25. Body weight. So pistol squats are excellent for pelvic strength and stability. And we put up a question box. Good morning. What is this thing doing? I should put fat loss, etc. questions answered, shouldn't I? So I need to get the same as, 7 again. Same as 7 or more, but 1, pushing them hips back. 3, really squeezing and coming up with a glute. 4, 5, 6, 7. Over to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh. My goodness. Rest. Mark that down. Good morning, guys. Welcome to my live. Hi, Tico. You know it. I was unsure whether my toddler was going to wake up, so I just gave her a bottle. So hopefully I keep her asleep so I can get this session in. Fingers crossed. As long as I get most of it done, I'm not bothered. I was just saying there that I woke up naturally this morning, so Long may it last. How are you? So rest. Okay, let's go back over to the start now. Glute bridge pulses. So I'm going to turn off the AI so it doesn't move me. Your workouts are as effective as you make them, by the way. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. Leading with the glutes. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17. There we go. 18, 20, 21, 23, 24, 25. Yeah, your workouts are as effective as you make them. What I mean by that is, prime example is the core workouts. If you're not feeling it in the muscle that you want to work and build, then you need to adjust your technique so you are. It's these pistol squats, they really do get you out of breath. So I want to start on the other side now. Coming up with the glutes, squeezing it, clenching it as hard as I can. 3. I must take my iron today. 5, 6, 7. Oh, my bum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just think CrossFitters doing like hundreds of reps. Built differently, aren't they? No, they've just had more practice, of course. One more set of those 2. Sometimes it's a second set where you can really get into it. No, it's a superset, Tico. Glute bridge pulses. I chose glute bridge pulses instead of full range to keep the connection in the glutes. Because of pregnancy, I can have trouble connecting to my glutes in exercises. I listened to the Fat Loss podcast. You touched on something. Thank you very much. Thank you for listening. Yeah, if anyone's watching and you've got any ideas for podcasts and what you'd want to hear more, if I know about the subject, I'll definitely record it. I do have like a variety of a special set of skills like Liam Neeson. Right, so I'm gonna go again. One more round of this, then the exercises become harder. 1. Damn it, I didn't turn my AI on. 3. So sometimes I need to readjust my foot placing so I feel it in my glutes. As if your feet are too close to your hips, you're using your legs more. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Oh man, when you could do that and use the hamstrings and hip flexors to come up. Not really use the glutes, but as soon as you start put emphasis on that bum squeeze, that's when you know you're building. It should be burning because of the lactic acid. Right, same again. These 7. Start on the weaker glute. 1, 2, 3, 4, weight is in my heel. 5, make every rep quality. 6, and count. 7. Oh. Make sure you are feeling it in the middle of your glute and not to the side, because naughty muscles can overtake and compensate. 3. It's definitely a love-hate relationship with these. 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, rest. My goodness, I'm glad that's out of the way. Kind of like primes my body for the next lot of exercises. Grab a drink. Right, next we have, I've not done these for a bit. Split leg jump squats. I'm setting the reps, so I'm not trying to beat anything just now. And pistol bench squats with a 10 kilogram. I've only done 2 sets of that, so I'm adding a set apparently. Apparently last night's Leanne was very enthusiastic. Pistol squats are real. When was the last time you did them? Are there something that you add into your workout on a regular basis? They're hard because you're getting the full range of movement with the resistance band. Still out of breath, man. But these ones that I'll be doing on the bench are hard as well. Let's move that out of the way. I'm going to start my week, I like to set the reps. So this, because of the balance involved, massively innervates the glutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, get the depth. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I stole this from my physio. 6, 7, 8. So I stopped at 8 on this leg because I was starting to feel in the side of my hip, meaning other muscles were getting involved, and I didn't want them to. Do it right, or don't do it at all. That's why I don't do them. They're really good for hip and knee strength. So I'm trying to think it was 7. Yeah. Marvellous. Coming down as slowly as you can. 2, 3, 4. Oh my God. 5, 6, 7. It's such a dry environment. I think it's that fire. And I've got the dehumidifier on as well for the kids to drown me out. 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, my glute's not firing the same on this side. Oh, that's okay, we'll get there. 7 reps, rest. I'm going to do 3 sets of this, so 2 more sets. Can't believe how on breath I am. It's good though. And then the next 2 exercises after that are rehab exercises. So I like to combine strength training with rehab work, because A, rehab work can be boring, and B, if you combine it with strength training, you're not just doing rehab, you're getting strong and strength through movement. So you can apply it in everyday life. Legs are on fire. Not that long ago, I was doing 3 or 4 cardio sessions a week on low iron, super low iron. So I am meant to be fit. It doesn't feel like it just now. Right. So we're getting our breath back, we're getting our energy back in our muscles. Morning guys, welcome to my live. Answering any questions on exercise, nutrition, back pain and rehab. Also, it's on my mind that the kids may wake up at any moment, so if I do look like I'm rushing through exercises a wee bit, that's what's on my mind. It's not uncommon for people not to know, like, to judge, like, you're going too fast. At least I'm working out and I'm going to be getting the desired effect. Deep breathing, yeah, I should control my breathing a bit more. Thanks for that reminder. I'm a yoga teacher as well. Haha, it's one of them days, but you're getting it in regardless, exactly. Right, so I got 8 last time. No pressure. So like I said, like my glutes, I'm in a fire in this exercise, but if I feel any hip discomfort, it means my TFL, which can pull on my IT band, but anyway, my TFL and my glute medius is doing all the work and we don't want that. So when that starts to happen, and if I can't bring it back around for my glute to fire, then I'll stop. Always listen to the feedback your body's giving you. 3, 4, so far so good. 5, 6, 7, 8. Make sure you widen enough for lunges as well, so you're not thinking about balance. What's recommended for thigh fat loss? Calorie deficit. You can't spot reduce fat, you can't choose where the fat comes off. You can give the appearance of more toned legs, muscle under the fat, whilst you're trying to lose fat. That can be motivating for you to keep going. Through things like squats, lunges. Get good at squats though. Quad dominant exercise, that's your thigh muscle. 8. And last time we did these bench pistol squats of hell, I got 5 in the second round. Let's go for 5 again. I'm not going for a PB because I've got an extra set on. But yeah, to lose, so if you're a female, you're going to tend to harbour fat around here, which is the safest place to keep it, rather than around the stomach area where it can cause havoc with insulin. So on a positive reframe, you are carrying fat in a healthier way, and obviously like through menopause, fat distribution where it lays down changes. Does incorporating the jump help for cardio and for hip stability and knee stability? Jumping on one leg is really good, yeah. And because you've got that bend in the knee, you're forcing your glutes to work. This is a physiotherapist exercise that I've stolen and put in my own strength training program. And I get my clients, so anyone with pelvic girdle pain, you know, anyone who's been pregnant should be doing this, even if they're stood next to a wall doing it, going for depth, trying to balance in on that leg. Obviously things change a bit if you've got knee issues. You can see how out of breath it makes. Whoops, I had too long a rest there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I'm sweating. Definitely need a shower after this. 2, 3. We're going to see Santa today, the real one. 4. After the kids are at school, that's what I'll be doing. Looking forward to it because it's my toddler's first time meeting him. Oh, my red in the face. Oh, wait a bit. No problem, Tico. But whatever workout you're doing, if it's shoulders, if it's chest, if it's back, legs, deadlifts, compound lifts, always get in a bit of rehab exercises before you work out or during in the middle. If it's before, you're gonna like things for the glutes, like glute bridge pulses. If you have trouble connecting to the glutes during lifts, it helps that mind muscle connection. It can improve your workout. Like if it's your shoulder girdle, your traps keep overtaking shoulder sessions, like me, doing some resistance band work where you're focusing on pushing the shoulder down away from the ear. Again, helps improve your workout, that's on its way. And you can, like the benefits of doing a couple of exercises during your strength training session, like the next set of exercises you'll see, quite special, can challenge already fatigued muscles and have them work hard in a way that they really don't want to because they're fatigued. So we'll see. So the next set of exercises after this last set, there's a rehab exercise. I'm not sure what it's called, but I've named it side plank squats. So in a side plank position, doing squats fires up the glute medius around here, which is one of your main hip stabilizers. Uses your deep back muscles as well. Obviously the sides of the core, pelvic floor, because where did I get this? But anyway, when your pelvis is moving, because you can move one side of your pelvis and it opens up the pelvic floor. So this is why I've got side lunges in, because side lunges, because of the movement of your pelvis, has to do, because one leg is straight and the other one's bending. Your pelvis twists and turns unevenly, which stretches and works your pelvic floor. Isn't it interesting? It's fascinating. So I'm going to do one more set of this, and the next two exercises are quite new to me, and I've put them together for that reason, because of how the pelvis works. Whoops, I need to start on the weaker leg. Yes, it sets the reps. Right, it's going for about 6. Just make sure you're wide enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But so because there's a jump in these, your glute works harder to maintain stability of the pelvis. I'm regretting putting that fire on, not gonna lie. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm actually doing a course at the moment made by physios, and it's called Unsticking the Sacrum. So it's for people with, I get a lot of women obviously been through pregnancy who've got pelvic girdle pain, hip discomfort, tightness. Even if you're a guy, you've had a desk job, or if you do lots of walking, you're going to get tight hip flexors, which the pelvis is the foundation of the building. So I'm constantly talking about it. If it's out of alignment, and you get back issues, pelvic floor issues. I go on. I think the pelvic floor different for men and women, right? What do you mean by that? Not that different, no. I know guys that have got weak and tight pelvic floors, and sometimes incontinence comes from having too tight pelvic floor, contrary to what most might think. Like that's a big anatomical difference. Men, so our pelvises obviously go through a lot, and we have relaxing when we're pregnant, which relaxes all our joints so the baby can pass through, and then we breastfeed, keeping that hormone. So because all of the fascia and the tissues supporting the pelvis are weakened from pregnancy, and we're walking about, some may be strength training, some aren't, and with extra weight, it can cause bilateral issues in the pelvis. So my right hip is tighter on one side. Obviously, I've over exaggerated that. I walked into a physio's office and she said, stand there. She says, yeah, your right hip's tight. As soon as she saw me, she saw that. I was like, the pelvis in general, yeah. So men are different, aren't they? But like some coaches are saying now, men are just smaller versions of women. And that's how they're treating the clients. A bit more going on than that, isn't there? Right, this is a new set extra. So no pressure. 2, 3. But to be honest, I couldn't tell you, other than like the bones being thicker and everything better made in men, they tend to get a lot tighter in the hip flexor, groin, like in a thigh area. Is that 4? Right. And men tend to get back issues, back pain, and pelvic floor. Oh, morning guys, welcome to my live. Right. So if the kids were to wake up just now, it's not the end of the world, because the most important work, not that physio's not important, right? But what I mean is, I didn't want to get interrupted when I was doing this, the other exercises, right? So we're starting with, again, I'm going to use my 10 for this side lunges. So this is called a side plank squat. It's going to look a bit weird. I'm going to start on my weaker side. Okay, so you elbow directly under the shoulder, hips off the floor, and you want a gap between the legs. You want to come down, keeping the hips like you've got a fire under your hips, into a squat. 2, 3, glute work. 4, 5. Now make sure your hips are shifting back. 6. I'm just doing 6. Just see how my body responds to it tomorrow. See if it's the same this side. 1. You're taking the glute muscles, the medius, into the full range. 3. This side's on more fire. 4, 5, 6. That was definitely shaking. And side plank. Yes, men generally have narrower, taller pelvis, while women have a wider, more open pelvis. So yeah, it makes sense. I think the centre of gravity is different. Yeah, it is. You've seen them videos where a guy puts the arms behind on like the knees or something, and a woman can stay up, and the man falls because of the centre of gravity. 1, 2. So the one leg should be straight. 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not massively happy with my technique and them side lunges, but better than it could have been. But, yeah, could have been worse. I mean, 6 reps. On the right side, the wrong muscles were engaging. Actually, I need to look into that. I'm not sure if it was the wrong muscles or if they were just weak muscles fatiguing quickly. The knees over toes guy. Is that what he says? He's a big YouTube channel. I've heard of him, yeah. I've not watched, I don't know if I've watched any of his content. I mean, I trust the physio. Have you seen the physio from Squat University? I love him. I watch a lot of his stuff. And it's funny how he went viral, how he goes viral and continues to keep it up. He gets other people's videos that are already viral, and he kind of like hooks you into watching. Yeah, definitely check out Squat University. It's not just squats he does. He's a physio that does everything. I incorporated Copenhagen planks. As soon as you said Copenhagen, I really want to try them. But I'm a bit scared because my hips are tight, and I've said like I've got a tight right hip, but I think that would really get into that. During leg sessions, I train the adductors, I definitely felt it. I need to have a look at that Copenhagen plank again to get the technique. I do want to, thank you for reminding me about that. I did want to try that. I've never tried it. He is an OG. I love how he like gets you in those hooks there. You don't feel cheated because you learned something. Yeah, Scott University guy has come out with his own shoes, hasn't he? But he was saying, it wasn't poo-pooing toes over knee guy, knees over toes guy, but he was saying that like for some people, like they just don't have like the femur length, and biomechanically they're just not for knees over toes, and if you're feeling stress on your knees when doing squats because your knees are over your toes, try raising your calves and go deeper and wider and all that. Well, I'm not sure what that knees over toes guy, what I understand, he says everybody should do it, is that right? Or that you don't really need to obsess about it. The biggest indicator is your body, isn't it, at the end of the day, and doing what feels good for your body. Listen to the feedback the day or so after. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Trying to get quality reps here. I can't wait for a shower. That's definitely my reward today. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I've only got one client today, so there's a bit of travelling involved, though it's the last session. So after that, I want to go straight to the gym and get into some isolation leg work later on. It's like just a few sets of leg extension. I've done leg extension for a while. Yeah. Right. Let's see if I can improve my technique. So you want to go as wide as you can. That's better. 1. I'm using the glute now. 2. So it was the width. I wasn't going wide enough. 3, 4, 5. And it's funny because we just spoke about centre of gravity there. I think I was leaning too far that way rather than sitting just about here with my centre of gravity, so I could use my glute, because obviously if you're a bit far over with it, the muscles were overtaking. I didn't want to. 2, 3, hips back. 4, 5, 6. There's always something to work on there, and people like watching this back or, no, I'm fine, I don't need to work on any physio. You've just not got the body awareness to know that you've got issues that you need to work on during exercise, because nobody gets unscared. Right, last couple of sets are burners for the thighs. I do find my quads ache after doing pistol squats. So if you were looking for something else to build the quads, pistol squats. And my I think it's my vastus femoris muscles popping since I started incorporating pistol squats. Yes, I think it says people with longer femurs relate to their torso often. Yeah, very articulate. More during squats, their balance and maintain. Yeah, and there's ways, isn't there, to find out if you what kind of person you are. I've not done it myself, but if I don't have like a wide stance, because I used to squat toes before I knew better, and that there was other ways. Toes face forwards, hips back, and I've always felt my quads getting in the way. So during pregnancies and just before, I have my toes faced out, knees over toes, and I'm able to get into a better depth. But I get the butt wink, so I'd only go so far. I once met a coach who was very like narrow-minded, but she was saying like, "Oh, my dad owns a CrossFit gym, and he says that everyone should be asked to grass." I'm like, that's not true. We're all literally built different, and flexibility and mobility issues. And so I sent a Squat University's website. This was in 2014, 2015. So he's been going around for ages. And I never ever watched YouTube. I've only recently found him within the last couple of years. But I remember looking for something that backed my opinion up, and he has like loads of literature on how everybody's squat can be different. Yeah, it's an interesting subject. Just like I like talking about, should you get advice from a fat personal trainer? You know how that woman's just gone viral. I love that subject so much. I think it's so interesting. Like everyone's got a different perspective on it. Like some people are like, a lot of people are terrified to go to the gym and start exercise because they think they're going to have a panic attack and die, and have been through a lot of trauma. And then there's the other side of it, where it's like, if you can't practice what you preach, there is something deeper going on. That like they don't know about psychology, and they've got the knowledge, but they don't know how to implement it into their own life. But then there's other people that say, going down the trauma route and saying, absolutely not. It's quite like ignorant that people would be so shallow. But you know, she's appealed, like fat personal trainers with autism and trauma are appealing to a certain clientele. I'm appealing to other, like my niche is other. So people even have uneven shoulders and stuff. Yeah, yeah. I think a physio said that I have an uneven shoulder. I'm trying to remember. That's why physio during exercise is so important. Right, for the quads now. Quads. 17.5 is the heaviest dumbbell I've got. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pinning them shoulders back. 5, 6. My mic has fell down my bra. 6 reps into failure here. Fire's roaring. Only counts when it starts to burn. Go as long as you can and then a little bit longer. So many people overcommit. I've got a client who I'm seeing today. I was just thinking, she's bought 17.5 dumbbells. She's got like the full set, right? And she's got 20, or was it 22 kilogram dumbbells? A place is full of dumbbells, right? But she's not consistent with exercise. She only does it when she feels like it. Which you've got to find a way to make it as easy as possible to do. I remember telling you about it. You watched the video. Oh yeah. Was it you? Yeah, right, okay. So after you'd said that, so it was this last week, I'd forgotten about it, and then it was on my Instagram. So it made me stop. And some woman who's trauma informed, now I'm trauma informed, but she's had her own personal experiences. We've all been through a bit of trauma, right? But trauma can cause disordered behaviours with food, right? Like binge eating. And so she's been through that cycle. So she had a very interesting take. If you go on Instagram, are you on Instagram? If you search Boss Fit Amy, she posts a lot, but she covered the personal trainer with a very unique, and she was shining this personal trainer perspective on it. Boss Fit Amy, which was fascinating. So that gave me a different perspective. I was like, shouldn't be looking at it as, no, you shouldn't be in the gym, rather than you're just appealing to a different clientele. It's not going to be for everybody, which I think is the best way to look at it, isn't it? I mean, they tell you in your PT course you should look the part, you should look well groomed. They don't say you should be athletic looking, but you know, the suggestion's there. But I talk a lot about diet psychology, applying the information, being consistent with the kids, and becoming the healthiest version of yourself and feeling fabulous. Well, if I was like walking around obese, drinking every night, drinking cans of Mountain Dew, which is I've learnt this week it's the highest amount of sugar in that soda, then how can you expect your clients to even value what you say? I like the part where she... Oh, you've taken it away. Yeah, it's fascinating. So yeah, what's that? I don't know. Kid's on its way up. Her on her way up. Last 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm really happy with that. I wasn't bothered at all, was I? She's woke up. Alexa, what time is it?
It's 5:58 a.m.
That's all right, yeah. I don't mind if they wake up at 6. There she is. I can hear her tippy tap like Chucky. Hello. Look at this hair. Hi, baby. Gosh.
Oh, dear.
Oh. And you won't be able to hold that for long. Okay, baby. I'll stretch off now. I like the part where she says someone like her, just by existing, is already a big win. There is. You can't poo-poo the whole thing. And I get some people on here saying, it's easy to lose fat. Sleepyhead. It's easy to lose fat, just move more, eat less. I like, why do people need a coach? It's an ignorant opinion, that, isn't it? So you've got to be careful what you say. And I think we're in a world of information, aren't we? You smell amazing. So there's no excuse. So if you do have a narrow mind, I think you shouldn't be PTing at all. Is your hair annoying you, baby? But it's so beautiful and curly. Then you should go out and educate yourself, shouldn't you? You okay? No. Oh, the hair was in your eye. Poor baby, I got it out. So tomorrow morning will be Wednesday morning, and I will be doing either chest or pull-ups. I'm going to turn this off before I get battered. Thanks for joining, Tico. Thanks.